Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the Maroon Strong Pre-Game Show, coming to you live tonight from Swain County Memorial Stadium. I'm Toby Burrell. He's Tom Wilmot, and welcome to this show. And Tom, let's get straight to the action. You were on hand last Friday night to call the game with our own Steve Moon. What stood out about that game to you?
Well, I'll tell you what, I enjoyed, number one, I want to tell you thanks for having me last week. I enjoyed the heck out of that, and another big win for the Devils against, we're running through that Western Athletic concert so far. But I'll tell you a couple things that stood out right off the bat. Right from the get-go, Kobe Stevenson's long pass in the first half there. He comes out, we'd had just had an exchange of possessions, not a whole lot going on. Then all of a sudden, boom, big 58-yard completion down the field to Jordan Cody, who second week in a row, Jordan's had a big game. Had over 100 yards receiving in the first game. Another big catch in this one. A couple plays later, Kobe pops one right over the middle to Angel Bowers, touchdown. Two really, really nice passes. I think that, especially Smoky Mountain, they play us every year. We run the ball an awful lot. I thought that caught him a little flat-footed there. All of a sudden, we've got a guy that can heave the ball down the field and accurately too. I mean, Jordan had to hold up a little bit on that play, but that ball was delivered right to him. And again, 2 plays later, touchdown. And I tell you another thing that I think is even more important in that sequence. Immediately, Smoky Mountain gets the ball. It's able to move the ball down the field a little bit, and we get down towards. They get down, I think about our 10 or 11-yard line down there. And looks like Spear, who coming into the game, I think we were a little worried about. He's got a good arm, and he's got some good athletes on the outside. But, of course, we just talked about with the long touchdown pass. Then he helped us out on the defensive side of things. Gets an interception. Swain takes the ball back over on our own 3. 16 plays, 97 yards later, another touchdown, 14-0. And, of course, that took a ton of time off the clock. So what I really liked about it was that not only after maybe a little bit of an offensive struggle at the beginning of the game, we score on 2 consecutive drives and two completely different kinds of drives. One was kind of lightning in the bottle, a couple of long passes. The other one was what we've kind of used to over the last few years here in Swain County, is grinding it out, getting some running plays going, clock control for an immediate 14-0 lead. And I'll tell you a big thing about that is holding the ball that long. It's a real backbreaker, because I'll be honest with you, the rest of the game I never saw Smoky Mountain's defense ever really recover. They didn't look like seemed like they were handling us a little bit in the very beginning, but after that big long drive, either their will or physically, they were broken for the rest of the game. Here on 3rd and a long 7. There's a pass, and it's going to be incomplete. No, he was looking for his slot man coming back to the inside. Threw it a little long for him, so that's going to bring up 4th down. So you like to see that, Steve, right out of the gate. 3 and out. We need to get up there and plug some holes.
That's right.
Pretty low snap. He's going to look down the field. He's got a man well covered, and that is intercepted.
Intercepted. Number 2, that's Angel Bowers.
Mr. Bowers again. That
pass intercepted.
Boy, he had that. I'll tell you what, Steve, it looked like he had that the whole way.
Scoring the ball game.
There's a snap, and he's going to roll out to his right, and it is nearly picked off.
Oh, my goodness.
Angel Bowers almost had himself a second interception. That was right to him, Steve. Backs on either side, 2 receivers down low and 1 up top. He's going to look to throw it out of that gun. Looking deep. He's got Jordan Cody wide open. He's gone. He's got him down, and they're going to drag him down finally around the 20-yard line of Smoky Mountain. What a throw. Right on the button. Running backs, 2 receivers out to the near side. Kobe's going to drop back to throw, looking. Got his man, touchdown, Maroon Devils.
Oh, yeah, Angel Bowers across the middle.
Angel Bowers, have yourself a game. He's got an interception, and now give him 6. That's a touchdown for Swain County. 2nd and 2 here. Another handoff. He's going to run a little more far. He is met immediately, stood up. And he's going to lose. Well, he might give him, maybe give him a yard. Those receivers are good. He's tried to go to him a couple times. He's going to try it again here. He's got a man, too, wide open down around the Swain 32. But, boy, he is lit up like a Christmas tree by number 25, Jordan Cody, Steve. So Swain County, they might be trying to put a little pressure on the secondary. And he is going to drop back, roll out to his right, looking, not going to find much. He finally throws the ball out of bounds. That is intercepted.
Oh, yeah.
That is Swain County football. Did he stay in bounds, Steve?
I think so.
He sure did, Steve.
Yeah.
That is 1st down, Maroon Devils. So that'll be his 2nd interception thrown by Mr. Spear today. I think, I'll tell you what, take a chance. It looks like he's going to drop back. Not deep, but he does complete a pass out there, and it's going to be enough for a Swain County first down.
Oh, yeah.
Two receivers split to the near. And there's an inside run that's got a little space to it.
Good. Taylor Orris up the middle.
Yep, give him 7. 28 here with about 8:45 to go. There's another inside handoff. Oh, looks like it's a fake. They faked me out again, Steve. He's outside.
Kobe Stevenson kept it.
Yes, she sure did. And he got himself a nice, about a 10-yard gain there. Spencer McCoy lined up behind him. Snap. There's a screen pass. I might have even been considered a running play, but I'll tell you what, he's got himself a first down.
Cody gained about 11 yards on that backward pass.
To the far side. Drops back. He's going to look right over the middle. He's got his man. Little nifty little move. He's going to try to get outside. He does. Get himself about 5 extra yards all the way down to the Smoky Mountain 18-yard line. So back to the line. Big bounded. There's a handoff off the little off tackle. He may be in the end zone, Steve.
He's close.
Looks like they're going to mark him a little short, about a punter center. There's a snap, and he's going to take it himself, and that is going to be a Swain County touchdown.
Quarterback
Here we go.
Right over center. Kobe Stevenson, touchdown, Swain County.
Single back, 2 receivers. They're going to go back to the ground game, and he is going to get nothing, sir. That is
Taylor Orris on the
Taylor Orris again, and man, he was near side.
4th and 1 on the 31.
Jumbo double tied in, and they are going to have a first down,
Oh, yeah.
Steve.
Oh,
big
yeah,
hole.
and more.
Big hole over the right side of the line. Nice blocking up front. 3rd down try for the Devils. He's looking. He's getting some pressure. He's going to get loose on the outside. He's going to throw one down the field, and it's caught for a first down.
Oh, yeah.
Double tight ends. Snap. Inside handoff, and he is going to get down to around the 4-yard line.
Inside the 5.
And
Spencer McCoy. Cooper Reinert on the kick.
Like to get up at least 3 scores here at the very least. Kick is up. Looks pretty good from where I'm sitting, and that ball is right through the pipe.
Oh, yeah, he made it.
Good to go. So that's going to take us up. It's going to be 17-0. So brings him up. There's a snap, another handoff, and it looks like he is going to get the first down. It give him about 8 yards. Single receiver right. Another quick handoff up the middle, and another 9-yard gain. They're just tearing off chunks at this point.
Big chunks. They're getting bigger as we go along.
So here comes Swain, 2nd and 2. Another handoff. And looks like he's going to get enough for another Maroon Devil first down.
Spencer McCoy once again carrying the ball.
It's giving Spencer a lot more room in there. They've been in this 4-receiver set the whole quarter. And there's a keeper by Stevenson. He's going to get himself a chunk down to
Kobe Stevenson,
inside the 15-yard lines of the Smoky Mountain Mustangs. Snap, little handoff to the left. And he is down inside the 5-yard line. I got to believe, too, Steve, at this point, the Mustang defense has got to be a little gassed.
Got to be getting tired, don't
Yeah,
they? They've been out there a long time.
Yeah, they've been on the field a bunch. Pretty much goal here
I think
for
go
the
ahead and
Devils.
score the touchdown.
And I tell you, there's good defense. I don't think he got it. Yes, they did. Touchdown, Maroon Devils.
Touchdown.
Yeah, the defense has played incredibly well, and the offense has held the ball. There's another good kick. Tell you, that kid's steady Eddie so far with the kicking game.
I like that.
Oh,
That's
it's nice to have a good
kicker.
kicker.
Yes,
So,
sir, it is.
I'll tell you what, Steve, good times over here in Silva. It's a Maroon Devils 24, the Smoky Mountain Mustangs 0 here with 4:44 to play.
Well, you know, Tom, it was another great night for Jordan Cody. He had put together a tremendous game against East Henderson to start the season, and he just followed that up. He's right now 1st in Western North Carolina in receiving yards and 4th in receptions overall. So he's off to a great start of the season. He's playing at a real high level, and he's going to be a major factor in tonight's game. There's no doubt about that.
Yep, and it's nice to have that kind of weapon, too.
It is, and we knew with him and Kobe Tornado we had some weapons out on the side, but we weren't real certain we had anybody who could get him the ball.
Yeah, well, it looks like so far in the early going, Kobe's been able to get him the ball pretty well. Those, as evidenced by that game at Smoky Mountain.
Well, you know, Smoky Mountain was a tremendous game for him, but he was, I think, somewhere around 10 of 12 in the first game.
He sure was for about 115, 120 yards.
Yeah, over 100 yards, and then 9 of 9 Friday night, folks, 9 of 9, and this is a sophomore we're talking about, 135 yards in that one, so a career high in passing yardage. As you mentioned, he hit Angel Bowers with a touchdown pass there early on, the first score of the game for the Maroon Devils, and then he followed up actually on that next second drive. He's the one who dove in from 1 yard out following the center. So a great start to the season for those two young men. And I know a lot of that came with a lot of concern for the Maroon Devil coaching staff as they entered this season.
Sure. Well, and I think that, there was a pretty good battle for that quarterback position in preseason. And I got to tell you, I think he's benefiting from that stiff competition.
I think you're right.
If he'd have come in and it was just his job, and I think the fact that he had to really, really try in August is really translating so far to some good results here in late August and early September.
I think you're right there. And the thing that's been most impressive is his game management to me.
He has, and
early on.
And I'm not seeing a lot of mistakes, and that's what if you look at the other side of the coin, you've got a highly touted quarterback in Spear last week, throwing a couple interceptions in the red zone.
Yep.
So, heck, ball control and management, you can't look down your nose at them, my friend.
No, you got to have those.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of the way the offense has been running, we had an opportunity to catch up with Coach Jeff Marr this week and ask him how he thought the early going was and how the game went for him. So let's hear from Coach Marr.
Basically on offense this year, we lost a lot of really good players last year. We knew there was going to be some big holes that we were obviously going to have to fill starting up front. Early on in my coaching career, I learned the hard way that if you don't have good people up front, it really don't matter who you've got at quarterback, at running back, your offense is not going to go. So with the departure of Zach and Hayden and Big Jeremy and Brent, we lost a lot of beef up front. So we challenged the guys in the offseason. Look, this is going to be a big hole. In order for our O to go and be what it needs to be, you linemen are going to have to work hard. You're going to have to lift. You're going to have to put in the extra time because ultimately you're what's going to make our offense go. And, man, to our surprise, we've got guys who came and who absolutely worked their tails off. We had Kanan to start with, our only returning starter, and he gets a concussion right off the bat in our scrimmage. So we're looking at new people all across the board up front. And to be honest with you, those guys, they're not flashy. You may not figure out who any of them are. But they, so to speak, they bring their lunch pail every single day to practice and every Friday night. Hopefully you see that on the field. They're hard workers, they're smart, they're good kids, and they're tough. And so far, man, those guys, those 6 or 7 have really gelled. And they've learned our offense, our blocking schemes, and they're really making our offense go right now. And then you go behind those guys, and obviously losing Ramius Smith, you say, well, who's going to be a quarterback? And we had 4 guys who kind of competed all through the spring and summer and had a couple of injuries there. And Kobe Stevenson was the guy from the opening get-go. And so far for 2 games, he's just done a phenomenal job for us. He's done exactly the things we've asked him to do. He's managing the game for us. He's making big plays. And he's staying away from that costly mistake that could really hurt us. And I think he's throwing right now at about an 80% clip. So for us, Kobe's doing exactly what we need him to do. We're getting Luke back. Got a couple things maybe in store for the Norton kid and maybe out of the shotgun. So, it's kind of a grab bag right now, but Kobe's doing a nice job for us. And you look outside our receiving core, I've told people all fall that it's probably the deepest group of receivers we've ever had. May not be the best as a whole just yet, but we've got 6 or 7 guys that we're not afraid at any time to put out there that can catch the football, that can make plays. Obviously, Jordan Cody being the big one. He's just done a phenomenal job. Never played receiver down in his life till last year. And we put him out there, and just his athletic ability, he makes plays all over the field for us. We'll get Kobe back in a couple of weeks, the Norton twins, Angel Bowers, Ben Miller, Luke Woodard. We just got a lot to choose from out there. And then you get in the backfield and you've got Spencer and Taylor and Brody and Derek and Chris Miller and those guys. We're deep back there too. You've seen a lot of Spencer and Taylor early, but I think as the season goes on, to kind of get those guys a break, you'll see more of Brody, you'll see more of Derek, and maybe even Chris Miller. So offensively, as a coordinator, I'm pleased with these guys. Like I said, they work hard and they're just a lot of fun to be around right now. And as a result, we're scoring a lot of points so far. As far as our offensive linemen go, we've basically, since Kanan's been out with an injury and Shepard Martin, number 50, has been out with an eye problem, we're totally new up front. You start at the right, and Jake Marr, he's our tackle right now. Right guard is number 52, Ross Inslee. Center is a sophomore, Craig Cutshaw. Left guard is number 54, Caleb Woodard. You probably remember him as 47 last year. And the left tackle right now is number 51, James Butler. And we have number 59, JT Langston, who comes in and can play virtually any spot there on the line for us. So right now we've just got a luxury of those kids. They're smart. They love being together. They love to compete. And really 3 or 4 of them are very interchangeable. That's big with Coach Phillips. He tries to develop 7 or 8, as many as 10 linemen at a time. He gets those guys to buy in that it don't matter who starts. They're all going to get reps. They're all going to play. They're all going to contribute. And thankfully for us, you know, they're okay with that role. It's not about who's starting. It's just about who's out there on that particular series getting the job done for us. You know, when you think about our offense, naturally fans and the media and people like to pick out a couple of people who they want to label your stars or whatever. We never talk about that. We never talk about carries. We never talk about catches, touchdowns. None of that stuff do we ever talk about. You know, you look at Spencer McCoy, who's obviously a leader for us offensively. He's kind of the battering ram that we like to use. He's had 20 carries the last couple of games, but we'd never go into a game saying, hey, we're going to get this kid, you know, the ball that many times. And our kids are good with that. But Spencer, he's tremendous for us. He came last year. He's learned our offense. He's seen the value of our split back veer offense that, you know, they can tackle him 1 or 2 times, but it's that one time that they don't get their assignment right, and you see 22 going down the field for 30, 40, 50 yards at a clip. So he's learned to be patient. And you look outside, number 25, Jordan Cody. He's our weapon. He is the guy that I like to try to move around. As the season goes on, you're going to see him all over the field in different spots, hopefully. He makes the big play. He's the kid that Kobe can just throw it up and know that 25 is going to go get the football. He's dynamic. He's fast. And like I said, he's only played wide receiver now for 1 full season. So for Jordan to be able to do those things for us, it's phenomenal. It opens the door to so many things we can do. And if you saw our game Friday night with Smoky Mountain, we spread the field out with 1 running back, and we were still running veer, but it wasn't your traditional 2-back, tight end, 2 receiver sets. And by having those guys outside, that gets the defense off of us when we need that, and allows Spencer and Taylor and Derek and those guys to be able to have a little more room to run with. Obviously, a hot topic around any community, whether it's high school, college, pro, is your quarterback situation. We're blessed this year to have 4 kids who have actually had some time, summer, pre-fall camp, play in that position. You know, we had a kid coming back, Trent Wright, who took some valuable snaps last year behind Ramius. He had a shoulder problem, separated his shoulder, and he's still 2 or 3 weeks out. Trent was coming along nicely. That was kind of a hard blow for us. And then right off the bat, in the scrimmage at home against Mountain Heritage, Luke Woodard has the same type thing happen. Not as bad as Trent, but that forced him out of action for a couple of weeks. And then Chandler Norton, who has been a surprise to everybody. He just does not have any quarterback experience. But he seems to be getting a little better each week, and I think there's some things with him that on down the road we might be able to do. But as far as Kobe, who's kind of the man right now, his progress over the last month has just been absolutely phenomenal. He's a sophomore. I hope people do remember that. I've told Kobe every day, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to misread the option. You're going to throw a pick every now and then. But what I've really harped on Kobe about is not making the big mistake. And so far, through the first 2 games, he's done exactly that. He's bought into coaching. He became a threat last Friday night running the option for us. He had some good gains, but his poise in the pocket has been tremendous. And really that's a testament to our offensive line. We think right now that's our biggest advantage is our pass protection. Those guys have given Kobe 2, 3, 4 seconds to be able to stand and wait for plays to develop, and Kobe stepped in and he's made some big passes under pressure. But we know here in Swain County, being the quarterback, that's big, and I've talked to him about that every day. That's a heavy weight that he has on his shoulders, but he's a fierce competitor, and I think it's something that, even though he's a sophomore, he's really started to embrace being the quarterback here at Swain County High School. But like I said, with those other guys behind, we've still got good competition. That's been good for all those guys. They forced one another to be really better players, and I think that'll really pay off for us on down the road. Yeah, this Friday night we do play North Henderson. Fortunately, it is here at Swain County High School Memorial Stadium this week, and they are going to be a good challenge for us. They run a 4-4 defense, which they have 4 linemen and they have 4 linebackers. We're going to be able to do some things offensively that we obviously think can take advantage of what they try to do. Last year we found out that we punched them in the mouth early, but they fought back. And that was something that our kids had to learn last year that we've really tried to put on our kids this year is, hey, these guys aren't going to lay down. They're going to put up a fight. They're well coached. They do exactly what they're supposed to do. You know, they have some good athletes out on the edges, but I do think that with our offense, we've got some things we've worked on this week, some new looks. You may see some things you hadn't seen before. But I really think as far as running and passing, there are things there that we're really going to be able to take advantage of, and we work hard every day on those things. But again, it's going to be a lot of veer. It's going to be some play action passing. We'll take our shots downfield like we always do, and hopefully we'll get up early. That's what we like to do, and we'll keep punching North Henderson over and over and over. We kind of look at our offense as kind of like chiseling a rock, so to speak. We pound, we pound, we pound, and eventually we hope at some point that rock's going to break. And that's just kind of our philosophy, and that's how we look at each Friday night.
Well, you know, Tom, every week is a big week at Swain County High School and athletic-wise, and this week was no different than the others. And with Swain really winning the Wachovia Cup last year and have their sights set on trying to do that again this year, it becomes even more important for every sport to excel and to do well. And yesterday, the Maroon Devil and Lady Devil cross country teams hosted the Swain County Invitational at Darnell Farms and had a good day. Yeah,
they really did. The boys placed first and the girls placed third. So I forget how many teams exactly participated.
Not sure, but there was from all over. I know Smoky Mountain won the girls competition, so there were some 2A, 3A schools in that.
Right, and it was out there at Darnell Farms, like you said, which is our home turf out there along the Tuckasegee River. And so another good day. Like I said, the boys placing first, the girls placing third.
And, you know, the Maroon Devils Network has been everywhere so far this year, and we were actually at yesterday's cross-country meet and have some highlights for you. Those highlights were actually edited and put together by Swain County High School student Nate Rogers.
Now listen, I have never had an easier time on the girls' side. I do not care what you were like last year. It doesn't even matter. If you just showed all up the street, put a Swain uniform and ran, and you come here today and run 5.5 minutes faster than you did last year, everybody knows the Wizard of Oz, yes? Bit by bit, Brett Treadway has become every single one of those characters. But we used to get on him and say, Brett, stop chickening out. But today, you can see it. It was the, oh God, I kind of want to slip back in the pack. This is hurting. Roar! I found the lion. I found courage. Come with me, Phineas, to greatness. The last 2 races, Sam was like, well, none of you boys want to be top 3. I'll be top 3, whatever, man. We get that tobacco out of his mouth, he's going to be top 2. We're going to be rolling places, all right? We nailed it, guys. That's what we can do, all right? That is what we can do. That was awesome. Girls, we hung in there with the top team in our conference. We're missing 3 out of our top 5. That is outstanding. You guys absolutely nailed it today. Everyone. If you feel like continuing your outstanding tradition of jumping in the Tuckasegee, I'm not going to stop anyone. No. I brought a towel. No. We're going to fall backwards on 3. Madison. In third place, Swain, Parker Chatham. In third place with 67 points, Smoky Mountain. In second place with 63, Hayesville. And in first place with 50 points, Swain.
And, you know, folks, next week's going to be another busy week in the Maroon Nation as Swain's got people going everywhere. Early in the week, it's a lot of travel, but back home by the end of the week. So to recap for you, here's what we got. On Monday, soccer's going to Highlands. And now that's a tough one. Highlands is perennially the power in the Smoky Mountain Conference, so that's going to be a tough one for the soccer team, who has an unenviable early season schedule. So far, they've played Franklin twice and Tuscola once. That's not an easy schedule by any stretch. So don't let the results thus far at 0-3 fool you. Our soccer team's going to be okay by the time it's all said and done. One team that is off to a really red-hot start is the Lady Devil volleyball team, off to a 5-1 start as we tape this. They will be at home Monday night against Smoky Mountain. So a great non-conference contest for the Lady Devils and the volleyball program. Make sure you come out and check that one out. On Tuesday, both volleyball and soccer in action again on the road. Volleyball travels to Blue Ridge and soccer travels to Blue Ridge, so they'll both be headed up the mountain on that day. Thursday, JV football returns us back here to Swain County Memorial Stadium as they host Andrews, and then volleyball returns home with a contest against Highlands. And, of course, next Friday night, the big showdown with the Franklin Panthers right here from Swain County Memorial Stadium. And, you know, Tom, we're coming to everybody here from our makeshift site here in front of the Swain County Athletic Hall of Fame. Really and truly one of the crown jewels of our athletic program, this Hall of Fame. And if you haven't been by in a while, and I know you said you hadn't, and you stepped in just a second ago,
Yep.
that it's really something you need to see. We've redesigned some things, and I think everybody will enjoy it.
Yeah, it looks great in there. Like I said, like you were saying, I hadn't been by it. It's been a couple years. It looks wonderful. It's worth a visit next time you guys when everybody comes to the football game.
Exactly. When you come through, come a little bit early, come through the Hall of Fame building. And, you know, Tom, one of the great things that we've done this year that's never been done before in the Hall of Fame is all 11 state championship trophies are together for the first time. Before, they've been in the building together, but they've been in their separate cubicles, if you will.
Sure.
And so we freed them, so to speak. We've got them together this year, and they're waiting for number 12. So we need to do our part to help number 12 arrive on the scene there in the Hall of Fame.
Well, when they're all together like that, too, I'll tell you, it's impressive.
It is impressive. No doubt about it. You know, the Hall of Fame induction ceremonies this year will be October 9th. That's Thursday. And again, on Friday night the 10th, we'll recognize those inductees, and then a special event coming your way that you're going to tell us about.
Yeah, that's the Legends Classic. That's that's the first annual golf tournament. It's going to be Saturday, October the 11th. It's 9 o'clock. Cost is $80 a player, $320 for a team. So you might want to get yourself a team together. To register, for more information, you need to contact Vicki Bailey. You can contact her at 488-3129 at extension 5121. That's 488-3129, extension 5121, or vbailey@swainmail.org. So that's a good way to raise money. I know we got a lot of golfers out there. A lot of guys, well, let's say we got some guys out there that like to swing a golf club.
Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. Here's the secret to that tournament, Tom, is that it's not about golf.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have as many of our legends as we can possibly have there.
Oh, that'll be great.
And so you get to mingle with some of the greats that Swain County High School has ever had come through these halls in terms of athletics. And that, to me, makes the day more than golf. It's a great fellowship activity to be able to get out, see people you haven't seen in a while, and to rub shoulders with those legends is what's going to make that weekend so very special. And, you know, one of the things that we're going to try to do for you this year is we're producing a Legends Series.
Yep.
And that Legends Series, each week in this pregame show, we're going to bring you one of those Legends features. So right now, sit back and enjoy this Legends Series feature. Our next Legends feature is on legendary Swain coach Norris Pee Wee Jones. Coach Jones was known by many as Pee Wee because he was small in stature, but he was gigantic in terms of his contributions to Swain County High School and Swain County athletics. Coach Jones arrived in 1951. He spent 11 years as head football coach and athletic director at Swain High School. During the 50s, when Coach Jones coached, it was not uncommon for coaches to have to coach multiple sports, and Coach Jones did that, and he did it extremely well. He coached not only football, where his teams won 4 football conference championships. He also coached men's and women's basketball, where they won 7 conference championships, and he added 2 more championships in baseball. Coach Jones was a beloved figure in T.C. Robertson history, so much so that upon his induction into our Hall of Fame, we received this letter that I'd like to share with you now. To whom it may concern, it is with great pleasure that I write this letter and hope that in some way it may be used to honor Coach Norris Pee Wee Jones, who is being inducted into the Swain County High School Hall of Fame. Coach Jones was head football coach and athletic director at T.C. Robertson High School, where I went to school. He was the leader of the coaches, and that made him the leader of all of the athletes on campus at Robertson High School. The coaches I played for have had significant impact on my entire life and still do to this day. Coach Jones became more of a friend and counselor when I left Robertson High School to go to North Carolina and on to my coaching career. Each and every time I think of high school athletics today, I think of what a great experience I had. My coaches are the ones who made that possible. Coach Jones was, without a doubt, a great leader of young men. He led by example. He taught the right things, and he cared about each individual. I've tried to use the lessons that I've received from my coaches and other coaches with whom I came into contact each day of my life. I know I will never be as good to my players as the coaches were to me, but I will try. Coach Jones was a great influence on my life and a man that I admire greatly. Again, I'm thrilled to be able to help honor him today. He was a great coach, a great man, a molder of young men, and a person who cared greatly. Thanks, Coach. Most sincerely, Roy Williams, University of North Carolina head basketball coach. Coach Jones is such a beloved figure in the T.C. Robertson High School community that the football field at T.C. Robertson is named in his honor. The Mountain Amateur Athletic Club made him the first recipient of their Lifetime Achievement Award. Coach Jones is a member of the T.C. Robertson's Ring of Gold, which is their Hall of Fame. He is also a member of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association Hall of Fame, and he is a legend in Swain County Athletic Hall of Fame. We certainly hope you'll come out and visit the Swain County Athletic Hall of Fame. If you feel led to do so, please make a donation. You can make your donation and send it to 280 School Drive, Bryson City, North Carolina, and put "Attention Swain County Athletic Hall of Fame" on the envelope. If you're a former athlete of Swain County High School, we still have plenty of space on our brick wall to be able to put your brick up. The brick order forms are on the website listed below, so feel free to donate any way that you can. Thanks for being a part of it, and we certainly hope you'll join us in being Maroon Strong. We're just moments away, folks, from what everybody in Swain County's been waiting for, and that's kickoff. We appreciate you joining us on this pregame show, and more importantly, we hope to see you out at the game, because your presence is what makes the Maroon Nation.
That's right. You know, there's and one thing that I will always take away when I go to home or especially away games, when we were at Smoky Mountain last week, was I bet you we almost had as many fans over there as they had as their home game. And I tell you what, the players notice it, the coaches notice it, and anything we can do to make them play better, I mean, I tell you, we need to do, don't we, Toby?
Absolutely, and we've said it before, and we'll say it a million times over because it's as true now as it's ever been true. It's not always difficult to beat a Maroon Devil team, but it's impossible to beat the Maroon Nation when we all come together as one. So we hope you're out here, and if you're not and you don't live near here, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. You're why we do this, so that you can still stay apart and be a part of the Maroon Nation, even though you may be miles away from Swain County and unable to come out here tonight. But I tell you what, it's enough talking from you and I.
Yep.
It's kickoff time. So coming your way next will be the kickoff with Gary Ayers and Steve Moon.